So we are now live because I just saw the screen go live, which means that these cameras are now live. Hello and greetings and welcome. Welcome to another GM prep session with me, your co-host, Christopher, and this is Paul.
And me, your co-host, Paul.
That's us. That's us. We're the ones.
We're doing like a soft talking thing today.
Right.
I think. I feel like
it's like an NPR thing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
It's good.
Welcome to talking about GMing with Paul and Christopher.
I can say a lot about GMing. GMing is a time-honored tradition in which we mess up Trevor's perfectly balanced audio setup.
Now the audio is really...
We're probably ruining it.
We're going to have you today learn about our GMing things.
We have some smooth jazz playing.
Right, this has been sponsored by the
Weather
local
Channel.
coffee shop. And the Weather Channel.
All right.
So what's funny about NPR
Yeah.
is that my wife Maya enjoys listening to NPR.
Right.
And now our 6-year-old Aviva has found that she likes listening to NPR in the car with Maya.
Sure.
And refers to it as their boring show.
Okay.
She's like, oh, can we listen to the boring show?
But she enjoys
She
the
means
boring
NPR.
show.
Oh no, she wants the boring show.
Right. Right.
But that's just like an accurate description.
It's fair. Well, like comparatively to like this, especially the media that is marketed to her.
Children, right?
It's like
No.
things like wah or yeah.
Here we shall talk in a sedate fashion about a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I mean.
Yeah.
That I also like the NPR.
But
yeah.
she's into the boring show.
That's good.
So I like
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Welcome to our boring show.
This is our boring
This
show.
is, really.
Our exciting show
happens
happens
later.
in about an hour and
Right.
55 minutes. But for now, the boring show is what you get. We're doing a new format clearly here, where I'm on this camera and Paul's on this camera,
Right.
so you can't see Paul now.
Yep. It's true. I think I was going to say if you mess up the focusing dramatically.
Wow.
Yeah, it does. It messes up the focusing.
Yeah. You seem fine.
This is the Making Trevor Mad at Us Center.
Right. So far, we've messed with the
There's a
video. We've messed with
yeah.
the audio. What else is there?
I think the lights.
Oh yeah,
I think
we
could definitely.
If we can just like.
I think we could.
Like there we
could-
go. It's too bright.
And we can also
That's better.
change where they're pointing.
Oh, we can twist them around. We can
Yeah,
jump up here
I
because
think-
Trevor can't come through that door while we're recording.
Right, that would
That
never
never happens.
Yeah, it's impossible.
It is impossible. Yeah. So. Anyway, right.
Yeah. Yeah, we have new art though as well. Like some people saw some precursors to this on last week's stream, but we hired Trevor and he upgraded our setup here quite a bit. And
Yeah.
there's been a lot of like Jen and Matt have both made this art stuff happen as well. And then Trevor wanted it because they're actually sound panels, the art behind us.
Yeah. They're
Which is
art
cool.
and sound panels.
Right. But now we have the full
It's pretty cool.
array, the full panoply of panels.
Panoply.
The panoply.
Yes.
The panoplies have been deployed.
Okay, so we need to get down to business to defeat the Huns.
That's true.
Because this live stream that we're about to do.
Yeah.
We had a really good session last week.
Yeah, I thought it would.
Really strong. Everybody really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The Grimloids fight went way longer than I thought it would.
Right at the beginning, yeah.
Which was fine. They were into it, and like afterwards, I was like, yeah, the Grimloid fight went long, and both Adam and Craig were like, oh no, it was great. We really enjoyed it. It was like, okay, cool, good.
And that's the point.
That is the point, and so that's what you guys are into.
Right.
But whereas like last week, fighting was a thing that you did on the way to dealing with this like time travel
Right.
stuff, and they did that, and that was
Right.
great. I just kind of let them, if they decided a course of action, I let them have that course of action. My original intent was to make them do overcome checks to make those things happen.
Right.
But we were running low on time, and I was like, well, I can either pause this time travel thing and make
Right.
them finish it next week, or I can be like, you guys decide what you want to do, and you can do that thing,
Right.
and it'll work
And then
out.
it kind of.
Yeah.
Did they wind up doing roughly what you expected in terms of the shifting of the
More or less, I
of the
really
past?
wanted them, like they were like, I'm gonna try to send like one word or one thought, and I wanted them to be like, to like grab somebody through time and like whisper in there and be like, let me tell you all the things that I know about laser dragons, or let me tell you everything I see up here in the castle.
Yeah.
And like try to communicate a lot of things, and they're like, no, we got to give them like one word, one thought. I'm like, okay, great. So that's your focus, great. And I had kind of hoped that some of them would like. They would each have some autonomy. They weren't going to be as a group if we all bind our minds together. But like it worked out fine.
Yeah.
They enjoyed, and I thought it like brought them together as a unit more. So that was cool.
Right. I'm actually really interested. I liked that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
interesting puzzle thing. I might like steal and retool that for another RPG.
Sure. Yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point, right?
Definitely.
With this a kind of cool thing.
Yeah. It was really interesting. It was really interesting.
I like it.
So that went really well. But at the end of last week, they were like the computer, the automated computer system that they brought into being with their like warning them that stuff was coming, said, hey, get down to the lake exit to go deal with the laser dragon, because there's a laser dragon that's attacking a nearby planet, and they're like, oh shoot, we got to go deal with that. So they were like, great, we'll go to the lake, and they're like going to go back to this back entrance, and the amulet's like, hey, actually, don't you want to ride your chargers? You can just use some of the chargers that we have here. And they're like, I don't know what that means, but yes.
USB-C.
Right. No, it's USB-C, but a different one. The C stands for cosmic in this case.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Right. USB cosmic.
Yeah. USB cosmic.
USB cosmic. Yeah. That's it.
We're both
USB cosmic. Me SB cosmic.
Yeah.
Everybody SB cosmic.
SB cosmic. Anyway, it's early. So here we are. Here we are today.
Yeah. Yeah. So today, a little bit of it is at the beginning. They're going to get these sweet chargers, which are so awesome.
Right.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for everybody to see the art of them.
I haven't even seen the art of those.
Have you not? I thought I think I showed you like sketches of them.
Yes, we talked about them.
Okay.
I saw. Anyway,
they're very cool.
I've seen some art.
You will see them in
not seen other art.
under 2.5 hours. Unless they decide, no, we don't want to do that after all. Let's instead dig into the side of this mountain and start looking for gems.
I hope they do.
I don't know.
We're now dwarves. We have a mountain.
Right.
What could go wrong?
Right. But yeah, so they're going to go and they're going to deal with this laser dragon. And here's what's going on.
Yeah.
Laser dragon is in orbit around a planet. There's a laser dragon, there's a planet, laser dragon's attacking the planet, that planet has a moon. And laser dragon, upon their arrival, is going to fly through the moon and turn the moon into debris, into shrapnel that's going to start flying towards the planet.
Nice.
And so we've got this challenge. They're fighting a laser dragon. They've got this lance ship. All of them are in these awesome chargers, so they're super badass. They're each about a third of the size of the laser dragon. And there's 4 of them, and there's only 1 laser dragon. But the laser dragon is still impervious to damage, but they will learn that the lance has been specifically invented to crack the impenetrable shield of laser dragon.
Right.
It was a thing that was created by the Knights of the Order Cosmic when they were like, oh shoot, we have to deal with these laser dragons, and we have some feeling about maybe they have these shields that we have to somehow negate, and so they made these lances for this. And so there's lance ship, and they'll send it at the shield of the laser dragon, and they will have to take some sacrifice for that to happen. It's going to be great. I've got all that part I've got all planned out.
Yeah.
I want to make sure, because this is a big set piece fight.
Yeah.
This is the single biggest fight they've ever done, because the laser dragon fight at the beginning of the game wasn't a laser dragon fight. It masqueraded as a laser dragon fight, but quickly they learned, we need to not fight this laser dragon because we will just die.
Right.
It will just kill us.
Yeah.
So whereas now, yes, they can fight the laser dragon, but also
It used to be like a villain fight.
Right. It's a big villain fight that they can actually have a chance of taking on the villain, but also they have the stuff from the moon.
Right.
The shrapnel from the moon that is flying towards the planet.
Right.
And so essentially I want to create, using the environment creating rules,
Nice, good.
an environment
Sort of Neil Stephenson situation.
which is which is the environment name is a really good name. It is Planet with Destroyed Moon.
That's the official canonical. That's good.
So first off, actually, let's go ahead and name this planet, because as they're flying to the planet, the ships will be like, oh, in our databases, this is the planet so-and-so, which is populated by these people, and there's 4.5 billion that live there, and et cetera, et cetera. And they'll be like, oh man, we really got to do something about these people, this planet. So the name of this planet is, I could do that. I just did a letters page thing about a bunch of planets. I could pull in one of those.
Oh, that would be actually excellent.
Yeah.
Do it. Yes, I think that's correct. Tie the canon all together.
Right, I'm trying to decide if I want it to be
It's all very nice.
Tarvalis or Stilligant. Probably Tarvalis. Let's do that. We'll make it Tarvalis. Yeah, we'll go to the planet Tarvalis. In that case, there's far fewer people than I expected, but I think that they're going to still be I'm going to still say the planet, this is a slightly larger than Earth-sized planet, and it's populated by just shy of 0.9 billion people. So that's just not a very large amount of people to be living.
So it's a very much lower population than Earth.
Oh yes, oh yeah. So this planet used to be a very bustling, active planet, and then a huge catastrophic thing happened to the whole planet, and most of the people died off. And so saying there's just under 1 billion people, it's it's still a ton of people, but that also means no, there's a lot of empty space there. 0.9 billion
So there's a suggestion in the chat
Yeah.
from pseudonym Twitch, which is that it could be called sort of a written joke, but Plan Etwith Destroyed Moon.
This joke is really, real good out loud joke.
It's a good audio joke.
Yeah, no, I love
specifically.
it. When we make a
optimal way to
podcast
deliver
of this, that joke is it's gonna hit. It's gonna slap.
Yeah.
That joke's gonna slap. That's what the kids say.
That's what jokes do.
Right. I think slapping is used more for albums, for songs,
That's true.
than for other things.
Wow, this is a real slapper, the kids say.
No, it's not a slapper. It just slaps. I'm out of my depth here. Let's move on.
Okay.
So anyway, it's Tarvalis. But the primary moon of Tarvalis has now been destroyed by this laser dragon.
Yeah.
So we've got. So I need 3 threats. I'm just doing it without even looking at the system. I'm going to look at the system. I know the way it works. Twists, lieutenants.
So these are now the rules for creating environments, which we used before.
We did.
For creating that tower.
The tower.
These are the same rules. Yeah.
Yes.
You just have here's an environment, and here's the twists and threats and.
Yep. Here we go. Boop. Environments.
Nice.
So first off, we want to establish its 3 traits. So like for the tower, I think that we said it was like falling tower, magic stuff, vermins and things. So the 3 traits for this thing is we've got destroyed moon. So like I'm going to say lunar shrapnel.
Yeah, lunar shrapnel is a good trait. That's a good one.
And that is the greatest, meanest, biggest threat.
Right, that's terrible. Is that like a D12? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems bad.
But as a result, the other 2 things are going to be pretty low. I think we do a D12, a D6, and a D8.
Sure.
So there's not, like the other things are, so essentially this environment minus the destroyed moon is just a D6 and D8 thing. Okay, what is if you're in the environment of, in the airspace, in the space around this planet,
like, just for a general planet, like, is this, you want to just worry about, like, okay, the gravitational field is this way, or whether the atmosphere is this way.
Exactly.
Or,
so I think that, like, we have gravity well, because the planet is gravity well, D6, and that, like, just, you need to be aware when you're flying around of the fact that you're near this big gravity well planet.
It's just
a D6.
Planet. It's not like it's a star or a black hole or something.
Right, you've just got this thing here. And normally you get the D6 of the gravity well, and then you have something that's slightly more challenging, but not really a problem, that's a D8. And then the super catastrophic, the moon is destroyed, which is a D12. So what is the D8 aspect of this planet space area? The space around Tarvalis?
Do we want to talk about, are there satellites in orbit?
So I want to have as probably a yellow zone twist. I'll probably make it a yellow zone major twist so I can invoke it in the green zone as a, so if I could take like a red zone minor twist and invoke it in the yellow zone as a major twist. So I might make it a yellow zone minor twist so that if it gets invoked in the green zone, although I doubt they'll be on the green zone for very long. Anyway.
Let's see. But
my point is, I want to have an orbital space station that gets invoked as a minor twist or as a major twist, so that as you're dealing with this stuff and you do a challenge, you're like, okay, you save the thing, but then you also notice there's some shrapnel that's heading right towards one of these space stations,
which is like
and you've got to go solve the space station.
Alien people there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So you mentioned that this planet used to be a lot more populated and have a lot more going on. Civilization-wise, it declined.
Yeah.
So like something that could be for the D8 is that there's just a lot of orbital debris, like a lot of old satellites, like the satellite infrastructure around
space
the planet.
Junk.
Right. Like there would have had to be more satellites to support a much higher population in the past, and then they kind of decayed, and then it's all kind of bad.
Right. So space junk.
Yeah.
So what we'll do then is we'll go ahead and jump down to the twist section, and we're going to make a yellow. So like this is the stat block for it essentially, and then we'll have green, then we'll have a bit of a red space down here, and so yellow can go there. Yellow tends to be the meat and potatoes, and the yellow will make a minor twist that is. Retrofitted space station in danger. So we've got one of these old space stations that should be part of the space junk thing, but it's actually been somewhat recently refitted, and they're trying to get it back online, and it's got a crew of a dozen Tarvalans that are working on it, and it's directly in the path of some of this space junk. So and that is going to be, I'm going to make it a 2-part challenge, but 1 part is optional, where you need to save it from the from the incoming shrapnel. But also, if you want to, you can take another success and get it out of danger. You, like move it, like you've got these big old chargers. You can like move its orbit to a place that is like no longer in the path of all this shrapnel. Right. So you can solve it. You can essentially temporarily solve it, and it might come back up later. Who knows? Or you can permanently solve it, and it'll be off the chart. So okay, and then yeah, so that's good. As long, I'm trying to think if I want to have, I don't think this has as long as this, because sometimes there's, as long as this challenge is in play, everybody has a minus to a thing or something. And I don't think this is it. This is a like, you can choose to not save these people, I guess. That's fine. Maybe don't.
But if it does get destroyed, I imagine it makes the scene tracker a lot worse.
Yeah, it definitely advances the scene tracker if destroyed. So if destroyed, plus scene tracker, and it's going to hinder everyone. It'll be like, oh no, as if like a dozen voices suddenly cried out and were silenced. Cried out and were suddenly silenced. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, so we got that. So that's a challenge that can come up. What are some other things that are going to go on here? So a thing that happened in this planet a bunch in the past was there was a bunch of slavers that operated on this planet. I don't know if that's going to really come up in this situation because
they're not going down onto the planet.
They're not going down onto the planet, and even though those slavers like do go out into space, it's not like, oh, there's a giant laser dragon and 4 knights in dozens of feet tall mech charger things fighting this laser dragon. We should go up there and try to capture some of them as slaves. Like, that's not going to happen.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Here we go. However, if any of those, any ships that are in the red zone, once there is at least one of the chargers that's in the red zone, some slaver salvagers can come out and be like, oh, this ship's mostly destroyed. Let's try to steal parts from it. It's like listing here in space. We can like get stuff from it, and you have to deal with those.
So then they come out and
yeah, they hinder your ship. Yeah. Great, that's good. Other space things. Just going to be some shrapnel clouds, mid, and then we'll have also like a dedicated storm. And the nice thing about these like shrapnel / asteroid situations that are going on is while the laser dragon's impervious to damage, nothing happens to it if it gets caught in one of these things. But once they break its shield, it is a target of this as well.
And then you can do the Sentinels multiverse thing where you get the environment to help you.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Are there any planetary defenses or anything they ask?
I'm okay with that. That makes sense. That's a cool way to do it. Yeah.
I was like, and then a laser shark shows up.
Yeah, that's a good one to deal with. Okay, so I've got. I'd love one more green thing. What's oh yeah. So This is good. This is good TV here. Just watch me write.
Right. That's what you want. It's even better radio when we put it as a
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
It's gonna be real good.
I'm so excited for the radio to be just really pretty garbage. Okay. What else? What else do we I've got some attacks and some hinders.
Right.
I've got some ground to space defenses that are the Tarvalans that you can definitely manipulate into, specifically shooting the laser
stuff
dragon.
that you can manipulate into helping.
There's that. But in general, so the thing is, in general, these environment things, they're a little bit different. You have to think about it a little bit differently than you do in Sentinels and Multiverse.
Right.
In the environment, you can manipulate it to help you out. That is rarely the case in this game because a lot of these things pop up as a result of twists on your successes.
Right.
So when you're like, oh, I've succeeded, but with a twist, the twist can't be helpful to you.
Right, yeah.
So some of these things that are like potentially helpful to everybody, or helpful to heroes, would be things that come up like on the environment turn.
Right.
But in general, what you're going to want with these is for them to be trouble for the heroes. It's an additional like, oh shoot, now we have to deal with this.
Right.
And occasionally I'm okay with them helping the heroes, but it's certainly not like the intended point of them. So. Okay. So yeah, do we want to? I don't know if we want to introduce any new actors into this. Like, what sort of?
Yeah, because that kind of would distract from the set piece. Like, this is all like a giant epic fight
Right.
where there's more details and nuances about the fight,
Right.
but not actually things they haven't encountered before in terms of actors. I feel makes sense. Except for like a space station or something.
I'm trying to figure out if we want to do like some sort of like red major twist, which is super rare to come up, super unlikely to come up, but have it in there. There's like a red major twist of like solar eclipse. The sun's on the other side of the planet, and as a result, everything's weird. But like that doesn't really work when you're out in space at this range. Some sort of cosmic event that doesn't overshadow because it's not a cosmic event that then has a permanent ongoing effect, but just like here's a big thing that happens. Oh shoot! Okay, back into the fight again. Some sort of a thing that creates a momentary break in the action.
People are really into the laser shark in the chat.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
because it pulls from the laser dragon.
Right, it pulls away from the coolness.
It's a cool idea. It doesn't work for this.
Yeah. Maybe the Stella Tenebra does something.
No, she needs to not be a part of this fight.
Right, agreed.
Right. We need to. The players need to not be aware that she is an actor.
Here's the interesting thing that someone says. This might also pull away too much.
Who are these someones?
Pseudonym Twitch says that some supervillain that's just a supervillain on that planet down there enacts their plot that they've been going like.
That's a great major twist for the Red Zone.
Yeah.
Again, it's super unlikely to happen.
Right.
But like, oh shoot, yeah.
But it's like the Baron Blade of this planet decides it's time to set off all the bombs around the city on this planet, whatever.
Right. Great, got it. It's an orbital laser field device because it's got to be there needs to be a way that they like notice and are aware of it, and it's a pain for them in space too. So if they have like an orbital device that is attacking the planet, but it's up there in space with them, they're like, oh shoot, and they can like become aware of it. And it's set off by the Tarvalan supremacist Varn Kolatha.
Nice.
And
that's great.
then they can deal with that.
Right.
Let's go ahead and make that. There's challenges, and it will attack and hinder. Ooh, nearby. Right, that's a great one. I've noticed I'm having attacks and hinders. I want to have something that boosts the laser dragon. Something that like, because it's an environment effect, instead of it's not an environment effect that specifically hurts you or messes you up. It's an environment effect that the laser dragon takes advantage of.
Well, there could just be like, if there's all these satellites and stuff going around the planet, like there could be some sort of like they set up a thing in space where they have their solar arrays and they're collecting power to beam down to the planet or something like this. And the laser dragon and that could even just be active. Like this is how we get power from space, and the dragon could fly into there and soak up power from it somehow. And like
I'm not opposed to that. I don't want to have too many Tarvalin things. I'm wondering if there's some sort of like cosmic rays, cosmic dust sort of situation.
You can always say that.
Right.
Anything you want.
That there's like
the cosmic reasons. Don't worry about it.
Right. That there's like a cosmic.
Actually,
cork field.
Right. I almost feel like tying it into the specific planet is
that's
makes
fair.
it feel more
I just want
like
to make sure that it's
it
not
could-
just like that the fight is taking place between this planet and the rest of space, and so we're like going back and forth and out and in.
Right. Is there another planet or something in this
In the
solar
system?
system that they can interact with?
Like there's not.
Maybe
any
there's the laser volcano moon, and it
Laser
flies into
volcano
the
moon.
laser volcanoes from the moon, and then
laser volcanoes.
soaks up the laser energy.
Okay, let's go with. We'll do solar arrays. Yeah, we can go with that. Boost. Mid. Okay, cool. But then have. Like one more thing. There's like a yellow zone thing. We've got attack and attack. We've got the space station.
Sunvar says, Ouija Master shows up.
Ugh. I mean,
And you have to run an entire bonus session before the end of this.
I mean, like, I can mess with that. Like, I can move this orbital laser field here, so it's like not super unlikely, but it's not super
Right.
likely to happen. And then I can do a dorky major red thing in which Wager Master shows up, does a quick thing, and then leaves. So
Right.
Wager Master doesn't show up and like, all right, I'm changing everything.
Right.
But Wager Master shows up and is like, what are you guys doing? A dragon? That's weird. What if that dragon had 1,000 extra hit points? Bye. Nope, that's not it. What does Wager Master want if we're going to do this? This is funny because I feel like to make this happen, I'm going to spend 15 minutes on this part of the thing, and it's not going to happen.
Right. That is
Like, I
definitely
genuinely hope it doesn't happen. So I don't want to spend a lot of time
Right.
writing a big puzzle thing for it.
right. It's just like messing with stuff.
Right. Wager Master shows up and says, if you're fighting a dragon... Yep, that works. Dumb. All right, cool.
What is it?
I almost don't want to say.
Oh, it's not
So there was last week when, or not last week, whenever we did the space stuff episode of the Letters page, which is in the last couple weeks. I can't even tell. I'm too old.
It's definitely not something I can answer.
There was a. It's from the Golden Age Captain Cosmic Stories.
Mm-hmm.
From the planet of Tarvalis, there is this person, Princess Beliana, that was a part of that story. And if Voyager Master shows up, he's like, oh, you're fighting a dragon? Well, when you're fighting a dragon, that must mean there's a princess. And he's gonna grab the like long descendant of Princess Beliana, put her in a cage on a chain around the neck of the laser dragon, be like, there you go, something extra to make this fight worthwhile, because you were just fighting a laser dragon for no reason. Now you've got a good reason. Okay, bye. And then there's that going on there, and that hinders all attacks against the laser dragon, because you got to be careful of the thing, and you got to save her, and
That's
like
good.
like I said, I
Yeah.
hope it doesn't happen.
Right.
But if it does,
It's silly, yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
appropriate. Okay, so with that, like that's the bulk of this session.
Yeah.
And there's the big twist thing that happens at the end of the session that I
Right.
don't think anybody knows about because it happened, we talked about it in the live stream. The only people that would know about it is people that watched the live stream when we did it live, because the very first
Right.
GM prep live stream.
Right, that's true.
Unless we mentioned it in our overview one. We might have mentioned it in the
probably
overview
did.
one. But at the end of this session,
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
should, yeah, we'll leave it as is, because there's nothing I need to run for this. It's just going to happen.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah. Anything else that's going on? So the session is like, it's going to be the like kitting up
Yep.
Like getting their stuff.
Right.
Figuring out how it works.
Traveling through space, learning a little bit where they're going.
Right.
Laser Dragon, fight
Big
the Laser
fight.
Dragon, various challenges that happen through there. Because they open the Laser Dragon
Right.
fight with, once again, they'll be like, oh, cool, we're super powerful. And if they just unleash the Laser Dragon, they'll be like, oh, it's immune to damage.
Right. How do they get rid of that?
The lance. They have
Right.
the
Oh,
lance.
yeah. They go.
They fly the lance ship into the thing.
Right, cool.
And they're probably going to want to not do that initially because they will have to sacrifice the amulet to do so. But then they will either decide to do so or they'll come up with a different challenge. Because there is a multi-part challenge that's built into the villain that you can do, but the lance just like insta-solves that challenge.
Yeah.
So then they have the actual Laser Dragon fight. And then like it invokes all these twists, / they invoke these twists. So it'll be great.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Nice. Anything else we need to go over?
I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next session will all be as a result of the twist of this
Right,
session.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be fun.
Coming up in Gen Con too.
Yeah. Yeah, who's going to Gen Con? Anyone going to Gen Con? I'm going to Gen Con. You're going to Gen Con?
I'm going to Gen Con.
Oh, nice.
We should hang out at Gen Con.
That sounds good.
Do you wanna? I've got one. So all my breakfast meeting slots are filled except for one. Do you want to do a 7 a.m. breakfast on Wednesday?
No.
But like, just before the day starts, just
No, I'm good.
get up at 6:30, meet at the.
But if you want to go get a beer at 1 a.m., I'm in.
Okay,
Let's do that.
let's do that. We'll see you in a little over an
Good.
hour.
Are the people
for-
some people
Oh,
coming to Gen Con in here.
Good. How many people?
There seem to be, let's see,
Count them.
Sanvar
What?
is coming.
Amazing. I just hung out with a friend of Sanvar's. I was at the con in the castle last weekend, and there was a guy there named Kevin, I want to say, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my friend Bill is a big Sentinels fan," and yeah.
Right. Speedy Rack is going.
Oh, great, Carlo, fantastic.
Janagro isn't because they're banned from America.
Oh, that sucks.
So, good job.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Getting banned. Fake Walker wishes they could, but needs to get some stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I agree that you need to get some stuff, but like they have stuff at Gen Con.
Well, but
You
here's
just
the,
get it.
here's the difficulty. Fake Walker is a flesh child of Biomancer,
Right.
and
might
so they
not.
probably need to get maybe some legs to go to Gen Con, some arms, maybe a head. Who knows how much of Fake Walker there really is out there?
Iron and Off is going to Gen Con.
Better be.
That's going to be good.
Better be.
So are you all, and Pseudonym Twitch is going to Gen Con.
Also better be.
So are you all, do you all have tickets yet for the Sentinel Comics live finale?
Right. There's Sentinel
That's the
Comics.
question.
So there's Sentinel Comics live finale.
Right.
There's the Letters Page live recording. There's the
Right.
Masquerade Ball on Thursday night.
Right.
Like, come on.
There's a bunch of cool stuff.
How much greater than game stuff do you want to do? Because
Yeah.
we have a vast planetly of options.
That would be good. That would be good. So hopefully you do, because there's the party
Yeah.
and the Letters Page live
Yeah.
both have a lot of attendees. So if you want to
good.
go to those, like
But
get
is Sentinel
your
Comics
tickets
Live not?
early. Sentinel Comics Live has very few tickets sold. Yeah.
Interesting.
So you wanna
Is Letters Page live sold out yet?
no, but it's getting
Close.
there.
I know it was close.
Yeah, it's
but-
getting there.
So
But-
yeah,
but
Sentinel
Letters
Comics
Page-
live.
But the Sentinel Comics Live is very low. So I'm
Interesting.
I'm hoping.
How
we
long
should-
is Sentinel Comics live session? Is it a 2 hours or
2
3
hours.
hours? Oh boy. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It would-
These sessions that we do here always go 3 hours.
Right.
But
I think
2
actually,
hours
do you
for
know
that'll be
what?
fine.
It might be 3 hours. Now
We'll
that
find
you
out.
mention it.
Well, in the
I
break
think-
between now and the next one,
We'll look.
and then we'll tell you the actual answer
Right.
in the next one, which more
But
people
like
watch anyway.
tell people like anyone come to Gen Con, definitely
If it's
sign
only
up for
2 hours,
that
it's
because-
fine. I
yeah.
can do. We'll still do a prep thing. It'll be great.
Yeah.
So not there, obviously.
good.
When will we do a prep thing for Gen Con Live? Because we can't do it the Tuesday before because we'll be at Gen Con. Are we going to do a prep?
We
thing
could though. Why don't we?
from Gen Con?
Yeah.
On Tuesday?
Sure. Why not?
Maybe. We'll leave that up to Trevor.
Right.
If he can make that happen. But he might be in the other room right now cursing.
I was going to just like commit to something. Like definitely we're going to do this. Trevor said it was no problem.
We'll
I
announce
promise.
it
Yeah.
when we talk about this, the Sentinel Comics Live session.
Right.
When
It's 3 hours. It's 3 hours. I'm
It's
just
3
confirming
hours.
the chat.
Great,
That's
good.
I don't even
Because I
have
want it.
to-
Because I was like, I want it to be a slightly shorter session anyway. Because I want the first half hour to be a really in-depth recap. Where like, let's talk about everything. Let's tell the story as a group, telling the story,
Right.
so that people can show up. You don't have to have seen 1 through 5.
Right.
You can
Right.
show up for session 6 and issue 6 and have a great time. Anyway,
So yeah, then people are asking a little bit too. Actually, this is kind of relevant to the GM session too. Where we got a little bit more time in here for Gen Con, for the RPG sessions that
Yeah.
we're running at Gen Con.
Yeah.
What adventure or adventures will be run if you sign up for the Sentinel Comics RPG demos
So
at Gen Con?
we definitely will be running a lot of issue 1 of the starter kit,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll also be running the Stolen Legacy which is the name of the adventure that we definitely have never announced. Anyway,
Yeah.
Have we announced that? Probably not.
I don't think we have.
Anyway,
that's an adventure.
Yeah, that's the announcement, the adventure that we're going to have for sale at Gen Con. But then, and we will either, depending on who's jamming it and who's playing it and how the thing goes, you'll either run the whole thing or you'll run like half of it.
Yeah.
Because I could see a group not getting it done in the time slot. And that's fine. There's a couple of natural pausing points there. And then there's another one that I'm not going to say the name of that people like me or Dave or Clark or maybe Mary Rose could run, but is not going to be a one that other people.
And will people be able to choose which adventure
No.
that come up? No.
I mean, they'll, in some cases yes, in some cases no.
Right.
Some GMs will be like, look, this is the one that I know.
It depends on
and
which
then
adventure.
some GMs will be like, I know several. If you get me as a GM, you can at the table be like, do an adventure you've never done before, and I will do it because I did that twice at UK Games Expo and it was great.
Right.
So I will make up adventures for you on the fly.
Right. Yeah. So if you can get into a session that Christopher's running, but you don't know.
I don't
which
know.
ones Christopher will be running.
Right.
It's unknowable at
It
this
is
point.
unknowable.
Right.
No one can know. The person who's most likely to know is Craig, and he definitely doesn't know.
Right, because it's not, we're finishing and getting all the people and organizing schedules. So I might even run an adventure.
I hope you do.
I hope I do too.
I hope you run an adventure. I hope Adam runs an adventure.
Right. Yeah, so that's the goal.
With our
I
copious
think it
free
is
time.
more likely that Adam will run an adventure at Gen Con than that I will.
I agree. I think that
I think it is probable that Adam
My
will.
guess is that both of you will run adventures, but you will run 1 to 2, and Adam will run 3 to 5.
Yes, I think that's probably true.
That is
And
my hope.
Speedo Rack, I think,
Is going to run some?
is going to run some.
Going to run some for us, Carlo?
Right? But is wondering if they're going to get the material for it beforehand.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
seems
next
right.
week.
Sure. Like definitely, if you are running adventures at Gen Con, you will get the material no later than Wednesday
Of next week.
of Gen Con.
Oh, of Gen Con, yeah. You'll get it before you're in Indianapolis, unless you already live there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for watching and talking about lots of nonsense with us. And we will
hopefully come back and watch here in a bit.
Yeah,
Sign up
please.
go buy your tickets for Sentinel
Sentinel
Comics
Comics Live.
Live.
Yeah.
If you're going to be at Gen Con, buy the tickets for those here quick. Because I want to.
Yeah,
Because if it gets high enough, we get a bigger room.
Yeah,
Also,
I want
like,
bigger rooms in the future. But although at
we've
this
gotta
point,
have
if people aren't
commitments.
interested in us doing live shows at Gen Con, like we can just stop. It's fine. Don't make us do that.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time on Christopher and Paul just talk about stuff, I guess, for like slightly under an hour.
Right.
Bye.